Today I'm going to share with you 10 signs you're still playing catch up in life after trauma. And number 10 is going to blow your mind. And if you stay till the end, I've got a free tool to help you break free from feeling behind once and for all. Free tool, help you break free. Maybe that's too much free. Do you ever get the feeling that everyone else is running a marathon and you're still stuck in the locker room trying to figure out which shoe goes on which foot? Yeah, welcome to the club. It's like life handed everyone else a how to adult starter kit, and you just got a note that said, "Good luck, champ. We'll be laughing from the sidelines." Meanwhile, you're out here Googling, is cereal a dinner? Spoiler, it is. And I have the receipts. Don't judge. Don't judge. Here's the deal. I'm breaking down why trauma makes you feel like you're late to your own party. The signs that you're not the only one stuck outside. And most importantly, how to actually catch up without losing your mind or your Wi-Fi password. And yes, I've got stories that'll make you feel way better about your own timeline. Trust me. I've made every mistake in the book, and then I wrote the sequel. I'm Adam from The Educated Survivor, where we turn survival mode into thriving mode, one awkward, self-deprecating story at a time. The stats said I'd end up in jail, but instead, I got 3 degrees, and I'm that close to a 4th one. Take that, statistics. Sign number 1, you're constantly comparing yourself to others. Oh, look! Sarah from high school just bought her 3rd house. Meanwhile, I'm over here celebrating because I remembered how to pay rent on time and I didn't even eat dinner over the sink. That's what we call adulting with style, folks. And you know what trauma does? It messes with your internal clock worse than daylight savings time. While everyone else was learning how to file taxes and make small talk at office parties, you were getting a PhD in how to spot trouble from 3 miles away, and a master's in creative ways to avoid human contact. So now you're 30, watching friends get married, buying houses, and getting promoted, and you're just proud you remembered to wear matching socks today, which is something the kids today don't really care about. Interesting. I used to scroll LinkedIn like it was a horror movie. Congratulations on your promotion. Felt like, congratulations on being a functioning adult, while Adam is still Googling how to network without sweating through his shirt. My biggest win that week? Ordering pizza without a panic attack. That's Olympic level adulting right there. Sign number 2, you avoid major life milestones. College? Marriage? Buying a house? Nah. I'll just stay here and alphabetize my trauma responses. That seems like a much safer use of my time. When you survived chaos, big milestones feel less like achievements and more like booby traps in an Indiana Jones movie. Your brain's like, last time we trusted something, it exploded. Let's not. My high school guidance counselor said I should avoid college altogether. Not because I wasn't smart, but because I was terrified for signing up for student loans. It felt like volunteering for a game of Russian roulette, except instead of bullets, it was debt and existential dread. I finally walked into my counselor's office and asked, "Is there a return policy on this education thing?" Spoiler, there isn't, but they appreciated my creative approach to management. Number 3, perfectionism paralysis. If I can't do it perfectly, why bother at all? This is a totally sustainable way to live, right? Right? Trauma trains you that mistakes are dangerous. So you become the Picasso of procrastination. You don't start unless you're sure you'll nail it, which, spoiler, you never are. So you just don't. I rewrote my first college essay at least 47 times. Not because it was bad, but because it wasn't perfect. I finally submitted it 2 hours before the deadline, and guess what? They let me in anyway. Turns out good enough is actually good enough. New job? Sounds risky. Dating? Risky. Trying a new restaurant. What if I hate it and have to fake a bathroom emergency? When you've been burned before, your brain becomes your own overprotective helicopter parent. Nope, we're not doing that. We're staying right here, where the worst thing that can happen is running out of snacks. I remember there was a period in my life where I turned down 3 job offers because they seemed too good to be true. Sometimes good things actually do happen to people who've been through bad things. Who knew? Happened to me, and it can happen to you too. Number 5, even basic tasks feel overwhelming. Laundry's due, bills need paying, dentist keeps calling, time for a nap that lasts 3 days at least 3 days. Trauma brain is like having 48 browser tabs open, half playing music, and one's definitely a pop-up ad for anxiety. So, when do laundry shows up on your to-do list, you see, locate quarters, pick up detergent, pray you don't shrink your favorite shirt, and don't lose a sock to the dryer dimension. I once avoided laundry for so long, I bought new underwear instead. Twice. My therapist had concerns. 6, you hyperfocus on everyone else's progress. Let me just check Instagram to see how everyone else is thriving while I'm over here thriving at eating cereal for dinner. Social media is the Olympics of feeling behind. You're comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. And somehow you're surprised that you don't measure up. Change is a process, not an event. And it's not fair if you're just starting in your journey to compare yourself to where they are toward the end of theirs. I spent an entire night doom scrolling LinkedIn, convinced I was the only person not running a startup. Turns out, half those people are just as lost. They're just better at hashtags. 7, structure feels impossible. Routine? Schedule? I prefer the chaos method, thank you very much. If your childhood was unpredictable, chaos feels like home. Structure? That's for people who trust the universe not to throw them a curveball every 5 minutes. You try to make a schedule and your brain's like, oh, we're planning things now. That's so adorable. Remember what happened the last time we planned things? I once tried to follow a morning routine from a YouTube productivity guru. Wake up at 5 a.m., meditate, journal, work out, eat a balanced breakfast. By day 3, I was back to drinking coffee at noon and calling it mindful flexibility. My journal entry that day, Dear Diary, I'm a disaster. Also, is Pop-Tart a food group? Turns out, my natural rhythm is more controlled chaos than Zen master. Number 8, shame spirals. Why am I not further along? Why can't I just get it together like everyone else? Am I the only one this behind? Here's a couple of things about shame spirals. First, they're exhausting. Second, they're like quicksand, but for your self-esteem. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. Every time you beat yourself up, your brain's like, oh, we're under attack again, but it's from the inside of the house. So you stay stuck just in case you decide to insult yourself into oblivion. I used to tell myself that it was just a matter of time before someone came and took the keys to the office that I rented and started my own business in. I'd mess up making toast, and I then spent the next hour that this was proof that I would never amount to anything. Now when I mess up, I'm like, well, that was weird. Let's try that again. Turns out self-compassion is way less exhausting than running a 24/7 podcast in my brain. Number 9, numbing or avoidance. Netflix asks if I'm still watching. Yes, Netflix, I am. Don't judge me. We're in a committed relationship now. Avoidance is a classic trauma move. Why face your to-do list when you can binge watch 6 seasons of a show you don't even like? Your brain's like, this is an uncomfortable feeling. Let's just not. How about we watch people renovate houses instead? That's basically the same thing as fixing our life, right? I mean, you might want to fix up your house one day. My record is finishing an entire season of a show in one weekend. I know, don't be jealous. Just to avoid making a single uncomfortable phone call. The show, a documentary about people who organize closets. I don't even have a closet. I have a chair that holds my clothes. But hey, at least I learned that Marie Kondo would probably have some thoughts about my life choices, for sure. Number 10, you're hopeless about change. Maybe I'll always be behind. Maybe this is just who I am now. Captain Ketchup, defender of unfinished business. Hopelessness is the final boss of trauma recovery. It's the voice that says, you tried this before and you failed, so why bother? It's like having a really pessimistic life coach who charges you to feel worse about yourself. But here's what I learned. Feeling behind doesn't mean you are behind. It just means you're comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. And honestly, some of the best stories start with the main character thinking they're completely screwed. I spent years convinced I was too old to start over. Too old at 25, too old at 30, too old at 40, too old at 45. Then I realized I'm gonna age anyway. And I can either age while staying stuck or age while figuring it out. Turns out, figuring it out was way more fun even when you're doing it wrong. If any of these signs hit home, you're not broken. You're just running on outdated software. The good news, you can update that software. If you want my help getting free from childhood trauma, check out the description below for a link to a worksheet that's designed just for you. This free tool will walk you through practical steps to break free from these habits once and for all. And if you want to keep moving forward, check out my video on 7 signs you're still stuck in survival mode and how to get free. It's packed with practical tips and, of course, a few embarrassing stories from my life, because apparently my life is a cautionary tale that somehow turned into a success story. Don't forget to like this video if it helped you realize you're not the only one figuring it out as you go. And subscribe for more how to adult when your childhood forgot to teach you content. And then let me know in the comments which sign hit home for you. I read every comment and I promise not to judge your Netflix habits, as long as you don't judge mine.